This is something I think a lot of the other cultures could take a little bit of a note from. Look how together they are. Look, they work as a unit. They help each other out. They look after each other, supporting each other. They're down here every day watching each other's heats. Yeah, it helps, I'm telling you.
Oh, it pushes their level, just like this man, Willian Cardoso, into his second year on tour. So powerful. Loves his nickname, the Panda. When he qualified, he made his own shirts with the Panda all over it. I saw him over there on the North Shore of Oahu, and he just had the biggest smile on his face because it'd been over a decade of on the qualifying series before he made the dream come true. This was his start putts.
Yeah, I mean, you know, he's a real solid guy as well, and quite nimble as far as riding small waves go. You got to be to actually qualify through the QS. You're not surfing waves like Karamas when you're on the QS. Let me tell you, it's more those beach break venues. So
Zeke's gonna find some room to get started deep on the reef here at Karamas. Loves to wind up for a big, powerful layback gouge and gives it to us on his first wave. Snap off the lip and jams it for the completion.
Have a look here as he comes off the bottom, jams it in the pocket. See how quick he sort of got that board back around again and then straight up through the lip. So I'd like to see him maybe just draw that turn out a little bit more. He's such a big, strong guy. That foot getting further and further back on the pad and then hooks into it. Big layback snap and then cuts it short. A lot of spray flying through the air there from Ezekiel Lau. And then finishing off strong.
Battle up the reef. Zeke makes a move and does some powerful surfing. Here comes some power off the lip from the Panda. Redirect carve and slams it right by Zeke on the inside corner.
Yeah, three strong, young, powerful surfers out there at the moment. And then right behind him, Willian Cardoso getting speed very quickly. Has the buckets of water out the back. That was like a fire hydrant there from Willian Cardoso again.
Water. It was almost like Igarashi was ready to take him out.
All right, this was while we're in that replay, Ezekiel Lau just going for a little bit of an air reverse there, not quite getting the rotation.
Where we've got Zeke up again. Smaller insider, but with some power to belt under the open face. They'll just continue to wrap this little inside to bits and kick out. Trying to just get a backup score to put more pressure on the Italian.
Let's have a look at Zeke's wave. That's better. See how he got that ball all the way back around? He extended that maneuver. I think he needs to, if he does a little bit more of that on those big turns, I think those big single maneuvers are going to give him massive points. You can see him setting this one up. Comes off the bottom. Instead of jamming it, he flows through that maneuver. See how he kicks it at the end there? Look how much water gets displaced. Beautiful turn.
Fioravanti looks interested, starting to move a little bit further into position to finally get a start. This is the wave he was waiting for. Draws that rail back into the pocket. It's going a little bit flat. He'll hang in there off the top of the rail work. He'll get down the line and snap to finish, and he'll stay on his feet. So after a long wait, Leo probably figured he had to commit to something. Didn't have that real money section that he was hoping for, but his rail looks nice and clean. Super smooth down the line. Wild card opportunities and really made him count.
Yeah, he did. Beautiful opening maneuver there from Leo. He's got a nice wrap on him, hasn't he? Beautiful, smooth, clean wrap. It's not going to be a massive score here for Fioravanti. He can now start roaming and try and get some scores on the board.
Williams got a fun-looking wave, setting up a huge power gash in the pocket. Blows the tail off the top and ends up slipping off in an awkward way. He wanted to punish that thing. Leo steps off. I love how the board's looking for Cardoso. He's getting so much speed off the bottom. Going to have him. And he noticed a couple of them changed their team once they heard that he was under the weather. And he wasn't too happy about that.
Well, when you're under the weather, you're under the weather. But Cardoso, he's not under the weather. He destroyed that little wave on the inside. And then Leo Fioravanti flying down the line. I thought he was going to go to the air right there, Joe. Sliding tail out on maneuver number 2. Kind of got a little stuck right there on number 3. And then kind of finished nicely. So trying to get himself back in the heat. He's really struggling to find a little bit of rhythm. And then we've got Ezekiel Lau, who's now starting to find his feet. He's found a little grower. Look how this wave just kept giving. I'm not a big fan of that little layback snap.
Zeke Lau deep on this one, doesn't have priority. It's Cardoso's turn. Clean snap, ton of speed down the line for the float. Off the bottom, coils up for the powerful snap off the lip. Draws it in the open face. Lofty little float there. He's so quick, being one of the bigger guys on tour. Even in smaller sections. Being on the QS for 10 years, he learned how to grovel in 1-foot surf. Promises a wave when it's small. It still helps you out to get going down the line on this wedge.
Yeah. I mean, everyone wanted that wave, didn't they? Three guys paddled for it, and Cardoso with priority took it off them. Beautiful foam float right there, jams it up through the pocket and looks for that inside section. We talk about quick in transition. Up and over the foam there to finish off that wave.
Hayes hurt himself in the off-season, was just working on recovering. As we see the throw tail reverse from the Italian. Fioravanti hits it off the lip. Bowling section to go straight up and carves his way through the finish. Blasting the end sections to pieces. He's feeling it.
Wow.
Got a couple more sections to work without the back. Beating a 5.97 to take Zeke's spot in second.
Let's have a look. Leo Fioravanti. This is going to be a very important wave in the scheme of things. Nice little air reverse, corrects his stance, gets back on the tail pad and starts to go to town through the inside. A series of turns. I don't know how high they're going to score these little inside maneuvers. So all the score really is going to come from out the back from these first couple of maneuvers. And that's why it's so important to focus on them. You see the connection with the lip, gets the grab, spins it around, lands backwards and then gets that nice spin around rotation. Back out on the open faces, straight into the next maneuver. So great in transition there from Leo, busting the tail out and then just filling work through the inside. 5.97. That is right up there with the best wave of the heat. So is it going to be another 5, Joe?
Leo's up again. Now attacking. Feeling a lot of adrenaline coming into the inside. He'll stomp another rotator and tag it off the top. So judges rewarding him go for that big aerial on the start of the wave. Even though it wasn't one of the bigger waves of the heat, it had a commitment to that bowl section. Fioravanti with a dramatic comeback victory in the second heat of the afternoon. And Willian Cardoso stays in second to move to the round of 32. We lost Jacob Wilcox and now Zeke Lau.